So tell me about it.
Okay.
Your name is?
I'm Glenda Freeman.
Ah, okay. And how old are you?
I am 39.
And how long have you been a truck driver?
Off and on for about 12 years.
12 years, okay.
Yeah.
And you were saying that you were going to tell me some interesting story.
Well, I was going to tell you about the time we went to Tijuana and got drunk, but I'm going to tell you about the time my dog got me out of a fistful of DOT tickets.
Ah, okay.
Me and my husband was driving. We was coming through Texas, and I got these poor, they got weigh stations at DOT stations is what they call them. They don't, not actually weigh stations, they got portable scales.
Okay.
And so we were coming through and they waved us in, so we stopped. And I had just got this little puppy, maybe a couple months old. Well, we're sitting there and he's DOT, and which DOT means he checks out all the lights, and he checks out all your logbooks and all your paperwork, makes sure that, you know, everything's legal, that you got all your permits and your fuel cards and all this. So he's going through all of our paperwork, and he gets on a creeper, and he gets up underneath the trailer of the truck and starts checking our air brakes, make sure they're set right.
Okay, they have to be perfect.
They've got to be right, or otherwise, you know, because, I mean, it's very dangerous if they're not right.
Yeah.
So he starts writing all these violations that we have on the truck, and I'm sitting there going, God, it's going to cost me a fortune. Well, I had this little puppy decided to use the bathroom. So I get the puppy out of the truck and take it to let it use the bathroom. Well, he gets loose. And he runs over there and he starts licking this DOT officer in the face. And I'm freaking out and going, oh my God, no, he's really going to get us, you know. So anyway, he gets up underneath the truck and he's holding the puppy and he's petting it. We got to talking about dogs and stuff because he had a couple of dogs, a couple of Dobermans and a couple of Shepherds.
Ah, okay.
So and we're sitting there talking about dogs and everything like that. We got to talking so much that he looked at us, he says, you know what? He says, it's a good thing you had this puppy with you. He says, I don't see any violations. And he rips up all the tickets and he says, y'all have a nice day. Take good care of that puppy. I'm like, thank God for the dog. That saved us a lot of money.
So, that's the story.
Okay, that's one of them. So I can't see it. If you hadn't asked me, I could have thought of all kinds of stories. My husband drove during the day and I drove at night. Well, I'd be driving down the road and talking to other drivers on the radio. I don't remember where we was at, but I was talking to 2 or 3 drivers. We was going across country late at night. And this one guy gets on the radio and starts harassing, calling me some real pretty bad names and everything.
Ah, okay.
So my husband wakes up and he gets on the TV and he tells the guy, he says, man, that's my wife. You need to back off of her. And he says, well, keep your wife off the pickle park and I won't be calling her. And my husband starts screaming, stop that truck. You know, let's do this man to man. And the guy wouldn't never stop. And I'd hate to see him if he had it.
Oh, yeah.
My husband's 6'1" and weighs about 280.
Oh, okay. The guy wouldn't like it if he met him, huh?
Yeah.
I think so.
Well, my husband's a biker too, as well as a truck driver.
Do you have any stories about you guys stopping to help someone, or?
I can tell you about the time this truck wrecked and we stopped to help him. We was in Coleman, Alabama, coming from Birmingham to go into Coleman, and we was in a car.
Well, what you were carrying?
Oh, well, no, we was in a car. Truck. We had already dropped our truck off when we was going home after coming in from a couple of weeks' run.
Okay, so you are on 4 wheels now, but professionals on 4 wheels, right?
Professionals on 4 wheels, yeah. So we're driving down the road and we see all of a sudden all these sparks and everything, and we see the lights of the trailer go sideways. And my husband looked at me and I looked at him about the same time. We said, that truck just wrecked. And then we seen sparks where the truck was sliding down the road and it ended up in the middle of the road and it caught on fire. Well, we stop and go up there and we start trying to pull the guy away from the truck. And he's sitting there with a little bitty fire extinguisher.
Oh, he was in the trailer still?
Yeah, he was in the truck. We pulled him out and he grabbed the fire extinguisher and started trying to put it out. And he was hollering, you know, he needed to get his paperwork out and all that. And we're like, man, you need, this truck's fixing to explode. You need to get away from the truck. And my husband had to physically drag this man away from his truck. And about that time, he had a gun in there and a box of shells, so the shells started exploding from the fire.
Ah, okay.
So bullets was going everywhere. And my husband got this man laid down on the ground. He's sitting on it because the guy's trying to go back to his truck. So when we get the ambulance there and the fire department and all that, well, then we go to the house and tell my mom and them what's happening. We go all the way back to Birmingham, which is about 60 miles, to the hospital and pick the man up after they released him. And then we took him all the way to where he lived, about 150 miles, and took him to his wife. And she was crying and hugging her neck and everything else. And Bob said if we hadn't been behind him and seen that, he would have died inside that truck. He would have.
Yeah, especially when the bullets start to.
Well, he would have burnt to death.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's one of the wrecks I've seen.
Yeah. Well, to do that, you gotta know about trucks because you have to know how to open, where the extinguishers are, and also the size of risk and stuff.
Yeah. Well, it was. I'll tell you about the time we got in a tornado.
Ah, okay.
We was going up, the weather was really, really, really bad. It was raining really hard, and we're going up this big steep mountain. Well,
what did you have in your truck? In your trailer?
Oh my God, I don't even, I think it was rolls of paper.
But it was loaded?
It was loaded, yeah.
Okay.
But we're going up this
80 tons? No, 80?
80,000 pounds.
80,000 pounds.
Yeah, we was loaded max.
Uh-huh.
We may even be a little bit overweight.
Okay.
But we're going up this mountain and it's raining so bad you can't see. And the car in front of us starts spinning out. It starts just doing donuts in the middle of the road for no reason. Well, my husband steps on the gas and lets out on the clutch. Our RPMs is coming up and redlining, but we're not moving. So he steps on the brake and mashes the clutch in. And we sat there a minute, and he does it again. Comes up, we're not moving. When we did get moving, we come up top of the hill, we went down this little town at the bottom of the hill. And they said, did y'all see the tornado that just was on top of the mountain? What tornado? They said, there was a tornado just went into, I said, come to find out, the car in front of us, the reason why it was spinning out,
he was spinning out?
The tornado picked the car up and was spinning it around. We were so heavy that if my husband hadn't been doing the gas and the clutch trying to take off, it would have laid us over. But us trying to take off kind of kept us steady on our wheels, on our tires.
But then that's why you were stuck.
Yeah, it's because the tornado was like maybe from here to that booth right there, where that chair's at. I mean, it was right in front of us because I could see it. It was dark at night, and I could see stuff flying in front of me, but I didn't know what it was. And that was definitely a weird experience.
Yeah, that's really sensitive.
Yeah.
Okay, I think we got a couple of stories here to consider. Thank you very much for the time being. And